Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people?
Yes.
It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
Katt Williams has never hesitated to voice what others in the industry are too cautious to touch. From the on-stage kiss that followed Birdman and Lil Wayne for years, to Tyler, the creator's lyrics that turned his catalog into a lyrical puzzle, to Suge Knight's relentless attacks on Dr. Dre, these rumors have floated around for decades. But none were ever truly confirmed. Until now. Prodigy. We start with a name that holds undeniable weight in East Coast hip-hop history. Prodigy of Mobb Deep, born Albert Johnson, and tragically passing in 2017. He was one half of the legendary duo behind what many critics still call the greatest hardcore rap album ever created. The infamous dropped in 1995, followed by Hell on Earth in 1996. Together, those records solidified Mobb Deep as the unmistakable voice of the Queensbridge houses and a permanent symbol of grimy, street-level lyricism. Tracks like Shook One's PT2 didn't just climb charts. They became battle cries for a generation that demanded their hip-hop dark, raw, and unapologetic. But behind the platinum records and cultural impact was a partnership between Prodigy and Havoc that, like so many iconic rap duos, eventually imploded in a very public and bitter fashion. The rumors about Prodigy's sexuality didn't come from gossip blogs or outsiders chasing headlines. They came straight from Havoc himself. In 2012, at the height of their feud, Havoc went on social media and posted allegations claiming that Prodigy had engaged in homosexual acts while serving time in prison. The tweets sent shockwaves through hip-hop, not just because of the accusations themselves, but because they came from someone who had stood shoulder to shoulder with Prodigy for nearly 20 years. Adding fuel to the fire was a 2011 Vlad TV interview where Prodigy discussed homosexuality in rap, a conversation that critics later pointed to as part of the controversy.
It's a lot of gay stuff going on right now, man. The gay community is getting stronger and stronger by the day, it seems like.
Prodigy shut the accusations down without hesitation. He fired back with diss tracks, issued public statements, and made his stance unmistakably clear. According to him, Havoc's claims were fueled by resentment and internal group tension, not by truth. Most fans and observers saw it for what appeared to be classic hip-hop warfare, where sexuality becomes ammunition in a personal feud, a tactic embedded in the culture since its earliest battles. Off the stage, Prodigy was married to Kiki Johnson, who stood by him through incarceration and his lifelong fight with sickle cell anemia. Over time, the rumors became inseparable from the feud that sparked them, and after his passing, the focus shifted toward honoring his legacy instead of reviving old allegations. And when it comes to rumors tied to a single identifiable source, the next name follows a similar pattern. Except this time the voice behind it isn't a rap partner, but one of the most powerful figures in American media, Erick Sermon. If you followed hip-hop through the late 80s and 90s, you know the name. As one half of EPMD alongside Parrish Smith, Sermon helped define the golden era with projects like Strictly Business in 1988, blending funk-driven samples with sharp, commanding rhymes. Nicknamed the Green-Eyed Bandit for his smooth delivery and production style, he expanded his influence as a prolific producer and as a founding member of the Def Squad with Redman and Keith Murray. Yet despite his musical impact, there was a stretch in the 1990s when attention drifted away from his artistry and toward deeply personal rumors. Rumors most often linked to Wendy Williams.
There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle.
At that time, Wendy Williams was rapidly becoming a dominant voice in New York radio, building her reputation on bold, boundary-pushing commentary that would eventually earn her a nationally syndicated television show. She allegedly circulated claims about Erick Sermon's sexuality both on air and through industry gossip channels, and the whispers lingered long after the original spark had faded. The reasons behind it have been endlessly debated. Some believe it stemmed from personal ties between them, while others argue it reflected the shock-driven style that helped turn Wendy into a household name, often at the expense of someone else's privacy. Sermon has confronted the rumors directly in multiple interviews, firmly denying the allegations and describing them as manufactured drama fueled by personal agendas. He has consistently maintained that the claims have no grounding in reality. In his private life, Sermon shares a daughter, Lexus, with the late rapper Hurricane G, and over the years he has referenced his sons and grandsons on social media, presenting the image of a man whose family life exists far removed from speculation. His experience illustrates how a single influential platform, combined with a willingness to speak boldly, can shape a narrative that shadows an artist for decades. And when it comes to long-standing rumors, the next name on this list has faced that same kind of persistence. Only in his case, the source wasn't a radio personality, but one of the most controversial and formidable figures in hip-hop history, Dr. Dre. He needs almost no introduction. Andre Young co-founded NWA and helped pioneer gangsta rap with Straight Outta Compton in 1988. Then reshaped the West Coast sound with The Chronic in 1992, an album that permanently altered hip-hop's sonic direction. He later launched Aftermath Entertainment, guiding the careers of Eminem, 50 Cent, and Kendrick Lamar, three of the most successful and culturally impactful artists ever. He co-founded Beats Electronics, ultimately selling it to Apple for $3 billion, and has earned 7 Grammy Awards, including Producer of the Year. By nearly every measure, he stands as one of the most influential figures in modern music. Period. The rumors about Dr. Dre's sexuality have circulated for decades, and they trace back overwhelmingly to one primary source, Marion Suge Knight.
Back in those days, you couldn't be a gay rapper. So when everybody's saying he was gay and all this type of stuff from everybody.
The former CEO of Death Row Records has, through numerous interviews, court cases, and heated public outbursts, consistently alleged that Dr. Dre participated in same-sex encounters. These claims were often vaguely linked to anecdotes involving Tupac Shakur or supposed wild gatherings at the label during its most turbulent era. However, the vital context that must be recognized is the volatile history between Dre and Knight. Specifically, the absolute collapse of their business partnership. When Dre departed Death Row to launch Aftermath, it opened a wound that never closed, leading Knight to spend decades utilizing every possible outlet to assault Dre's public image and integrity. Within the music industry and among hip-hop scholars, these accusations are largely viewed as insults fueled by corporate competition and personal resentment rather than verified facts. Dre's private life features a long-term marriage to Nicole Young from 1996 to 2021, and has fathered nearly 10 children with several women, including high-profile past relationships with Cassandra Joy Green and the vocalist Michelle Liu. The extensive history of his public heterosexual life has consistently functioned as the strongest rebuttal to the narrative Knight attempted to build. While Dr. Dre's rumors originate from one vindictive individual with a grudge, our next subject involves speculation rooted in something much more graphic, a specific televised moment that the digital world could not ignore. Birdman. Brian Williams, globally recognized as Birdman, established Cash Money Records with his brother Ronald Slim Williams in 1991. Through that legendary imprint, he fundamentally transformed the sonic landscape and commercial success of Southern rap. As one half of the Big Timers, he secured massive crossover records like Still Fly and Oh Yeah, while his individual projects, including 2002's Birdman and 2007's Astro's Five Stunner, found significant traction on the charts. Yet, Birdman's definitive legacy and his primary impact on the culture remains his role as a mastermind and executive. He constructed the powerhouse that propelled Lil Wayne to global icon status. Through Wayne's Young Money brand, which operated under the Cash Money umbrella, the label eventually debuted superstars Drake and Nicki Minaj. By every logical metric, Birdman stands as one of the most affluent and influential titans in hip-hop history. However, the narrative that has haunted Birdman for decades doesn't focus on his financial brilliance or his industry power. It centers on a kiss. Several high-profile instances of Birdman and Lil Wayne sharing a kiss on the lips, occurring on stage before thousands and in widely distributed photos, became some of the most analyzed and controversial events in the genre's timeline. Images from 2006 and clips dating back to a 2002 Rap City appearance on BET cycled endlessly through internet forums, blogs, and later, social media platforms. To many observers in a hip-hop culture that has traditionally enforced rigid standards of masculinity, And where any shift from street norms is often mocked, these visuals were difficult to align with the rugged gangster image Birdman always maintained. Birdman eventually confronted the controversy head-on. He reaffirmed his status as a straight gangster, clarified that the kisses were strictly displays of familial affection within a circle, a father-son bond between a mentor and his protege, devoid of any romantic or sexual intent. In his private life, he has 2 children, Brian Jr. and Bria, born in the late 90s to a woman named Tia. He also had a high-profile, recurring relationship with R&B icon Toni Braxton, with the couple dating publicly from 2016 and announcing an engagement in 2018. While rumors surged during the legal battle between Cash Money and Wayne, they remain unproven, resting solely on the viral images that first ignited them. Naturally, if we are discussing Birdman in those photos, we must address the other individual in those frames, the recipient of those kisses. Lil Wayne, born Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., is undeniably one of the most celebrated and prolific rappers ever to pick up a microphone. Joining Cash Money as a teen, he debuted with the Hot Boys before launching a solo run that resulted in over 120 million global sales, 5 Grammys, and record-breaking Billboard success. The Carter 3 famously moved 1 million units in its opening week, fueled by the massive hit Lollipop. Through his Young Money imprint, he discovered Drake and Nicki Minaj, 2 stars who would define the following decade of music. His legendary mixtape run, including Dedication 2 and The Drought 3, would be enough to cement a Hall of Fame career for anyone else. Speculation regarding Wayne's sexuality is almost entirely linked to those same public moments with Birdman. Aside from those kisses, some critics have highlighted his bold fashion evolution over the years, specifically his choice of tight-fitting or feminine-leaning styles, such as his infamous leopard print jeggings. However, within the much larger and more substantial context of Wayne's private life, the evidence decisively points toward a different conclusion. He is the father of 4 children with 4 different women. His eldest daughter, Regina Carter, with ex-wife Antonia Toya Johnson, a relationship starting in their teens that included a marriage from 2004 to 2006, and sons with Sarah Vivian, Lauren London, and the singer Nivea, to whom he was once engaged. His broader dating history includes high-profile relationships with rapper Trina, actress Christina Milian, and several others. Birdman has consistently clarified that the kisses were purely familial, representing the deep bond within their tight-knit Cash Money circle rather than anything sexual. Wayne has never felt the need to release a formal, detailed statement addressing the gossip, likely because his extensive and well-documented history with women serves as its own silent rebuttal. While Wayne's rumors centered on a specific recurring visual, the next artist on our list has faced speculation rooted in something far more layered and complex: his entire aesthetic and artistic identity. Young Thug, Jeffrey Lamar Williams, known to the world as Young Thug, rose from Atlanta's trap scene in the early 2010s to become one of modern hip-hop's most influential yet polarizing figures. His rise was fueled by mixtapes like 1017 Thug under Gucci Mane and the acclaimed Barter 6, which highlighted his avant-garde vocal style and melody. His studio album So Much Fun and Punk both topped the Billboard 200, and he earned #1 hits as a featured guest on massive tracks like Camila Cabello's Havana, Travis Scott's Franchise, and Drake's Way Too Sexy.
Ain't nothing going on with no man.
Bro, when I heard him talking about it, I'm like, nah, Thug.
Man, you know, that's why I said, like, your mind be so far gone, you had to dumb it down.
His contributions to Childish Gambino's Grammy-winning This Is America further prove the immense scale of his influence. Whether one appreciates his music or struggles to decipher a single lyric, his impact on the sound and visual style of modern rap is truly impossible to exaggerate. It is those very aesthetics that have served as the primary source of speculation regarding his sexuality. Young Thug has frequently appeared in public wearing dresses, tutus, and bonnets. He has regularly painted his nails and casually referred to male associates as bae or lover, terms that typically carry romantic weight in most other settings. In a genre that has historically maintained rigid and harsh boundaries regarding traditional masculinity, this type of presentation provided more than enough fuel to keep the rumor mill spinning for years. However, Young Thug has addressed these discussions several times throughout his journey. In interviews ranging from BET in 2014 to recent podcasts in 2025, He has clarified that his vocabulary is cultural, a specific way of communicating within a circle, and that his fashion is a tool for individual expression that has no link to his sexual orientation, he has bluntly stated. There's nothing going on with any man, explaining that his perspective is often misunderstood by those who aren't on his level. He has consistently affirmed that he is straight, holds no bias against the LGBTQ community, and believes he pioneered these bold styles long before they were embraced by artists like Lil Uzi Vert. On the personal front, the facts are clear. Young Thug is the father of 6 children with 4 different women. His most high-profile romantic relationship has been with singer Mariah the Scientist. The two have been dating since 2021, with reports even surfacing of an on-stage proposal and